Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Livingston Live, brought to you by the New York Bass Youth Program. I'm Chris Mashagnon, the Youth Director. I'm here tonight with Mick, the Stick, Arndt, our Tournament Director. He loves it when I say that. But we're here tonight with the owner of MGM Culltag Systems. His name is Mark Rocco. We're going to bring him on tonight. We're going to talk to him. It's a local company. It's made in America. So we like that. It's also made right outside of Elmira, New York. We're going to bring Mark on. We're going to ask him some questions about the company. Mark is a new supporter of the New York Bass Youth Program. So we want to give him an opportunity to kind of tell us about the story of MGM Culltags. Mark, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey,
how are you guys doing tonight?
Great. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming on all the way from Elmira. Just kidding. But we just want to spend some time with you and ask you, where did the idea of the MGM Culltag company come from? Was it like God woke you up in the middle of the night and said, Mark, do this? Or where did the idea come from?
The idea came from, I was on Facebook one night. I ordered a set of Culltags off a gentleman, won't mention any names. But 6 months later, I still didn't receive my Culltags, and he wouldn't give me my money back. So he sort of got on my last nerve, to be honest with you. And I came up with my own Culltags. I sat down at my table, came up with a design. It wasn't the most perfect design because it was, just the first shot at it, but it worked. I went to my first local club. I'm a non-boater, and my boater saw them. He said, "Man, they look nice." He said, "Who makes them?" I said, I made this set last night at my dining room table. He said, "Could you make me a set?" And that's how it all started. I made him a set. And then the next guy at the next tournament wanted a set. And the next guy wanted a set before I knew it. I was selling them on Facebook and shipping them all over the country. I ship them to every state in the United States except Alaska and Hawaii. The first 8 months, I was basically making them at my own dining room table. And it did get quite big quickly, so I did have to hire a manufacturer as where capabilities comes into play. And they only hire people with disabilities and veterans, so it's a win-win. So it's good for the community around here. My first big customer I did land Alabama Bass Nation about probably 14, 15 months ago. So once I landed Alabama Bass Nation, it really started to take off with the parents and the grandparents were buying them. And then Tennessee heard about it, and then I got Tennessee Bass Nation. So it got really big really quick for me. So by me having capabilities, building them for me,
Awesome.
It was a godsend because they have some really qualified people, some real good engineers that they really saved me by building them because I was getting orders of 50, 60 sets at a time, and I just couldn't do that at my dining room table. But that's how it came about. And the name MGM is after my three children, Mia, Genevieve, and MJ. So that's where MGM comes from.
Cool.
That's really cool.
I do have patent pending on the product, and I should have the patent finalized in the next couple months, hopefully. But that's where it came from. It came from at my dining room table.
Cool. So it started out as a little cottage industry, started out as a necessity, burst out of aggravation because you didn't get what you ordered. Did you ever get your money back? But no, that's not good. But how many people do you think MGM employs?
Well, MGM, I'm the only person involved with MGM. I have capabilities who helps manufacture them,
Okay.
but they're not employed by me actually. I pay them a fee for every set that they make. And I'm going to say there's probably 8 to 12 people at any given time down there that are getting money. The people with disabilities and veterans, they are getting money from every purchase
Awesome.
of the Culltags. But they're not employed by me. They're a contractor, I guess you'd call them.
Right.
But I'm the only person employed by the actual MGM company.
Cool. That's really cool, Mark.
I call myself one-man wrecking crew.
Sounds like it from start to finish. Now that's really awesome. So, thanks for explaining what MGM is all about. But tell us a little about yourself. Are you a big fisherman? Sounds like you're a co-angler, like you mentioned. But you still fishing out of the back? You got a boat now? And
No, I'm still fishing out of the back. I've fished a few bass opens. I try to stay to the bass opens in my area, like on Nida or Lake Champlain or St. Lawrence River or Cayuga. I try to stay to my locale. I did do some traveling last year, Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina. I kept on getting invited to small club tournaments, and I really enjoyed traveling down south, seeing the different techniques that the so-called Southern boys do, and I'll still put our northern anglers up against any of those southern boys, and if they hear this live on the broadcast, it's more power to them. But yeah, our northern boys up here on the St. Lawrence River, Lake Champlain, and Cayuga. I still rather be on our bodies of water than down in Lanier or Tennessee waters. There's something about our northern waters that I just think, our kids that are in the New York Bass Nation, they might not understand it right now, but when they get older, they'll realize that it's a godsend for them to be in this part of the world fishing for our smallmouths up here. It's a real godsend to be in this part of the world for our fishing, for our fishery.
Absolutely.
No.
We definitely are very aware of that.
Very, very blessed to be up here in the lovely state of New York. Now, most of our viewers are either parents or young anglers. What advice would you give them? Some of them are getting older. They're looking maybe to pro staff for a company or maybe get sponsored. What advice would you give somebody to get introduced to kind of the back side or the back door of the fishing industry?
I would say with social media the way it is, just be careful out there. There's a lot of people trying to get in this industry right now, and just be careful who you hook up with. I think take your time, do your research on individuals and companies, and if you're really young, take the advice of the older guys who've learned from their mistakes, and don't just jump in it haphazardly. Try to have a plan or set goals, 3-month goals, 6-month goals, 12-month goals. If you're I got involved with Alabama Bass Nation, Tennessee Bass Nation. Those kids are very, very into much the God and their family, and they have their values, and they're not detouring from them at all. They have their ways, they have their goals. I talk to kids from Alabama Bass Nation, Tennessee Bass Nation, that I talk to their parents. These kids they're sophomores in high school, and they have their own bass boats, and they have their trucks pulling them already. They have an agenda. They have a goal in mind. I'm not saying everybody has to go and get a brand new bass boat. It depends on what your aspirations are in life, but I see some of our New York Bass kids. I'm friends with a couple of their dads on Facebook, and man, some of these young kids that we have in New York, I'm convinced that they could compete with those Alabama and Tennessee boys if they put their mind to it. I see some of the bags these kids are bringing in with their dads and small tournaments, and it's like, I'd be honored to fish out of the back of the boat with those kids.
Yeah, absolutely. We're very lucky. Some of the guys we have, we've had some good place finishes throughout the years, and as we continue to grow, we are definitely looking to see someone take the top spot from the north. So definitely appreciate the kind words towards our anglers, and I guess obviously you're growing at a rapid pace right now, and now we're finally in touch too. We'll be added to that list with Tennessee and Alabama. In terms of working with you, what's the next big step for MGM Culltags going forward?
4 or 5 Bassmaster leagues. I got a few FLW guys using my Culltags. So I'm trying to stay grounded myself, because I don't expect to make millions of dollars doing this, but I just like the environment. I just like talking to the new people that I meet. I find it very refreshing how 99.9% of the anglers and people I find in the fishing community are very open-minded, very, very, very nice, caring people. I enjoy being around the the calmness of it, you know.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's why we're all a part of it,
Yeah.
deep down, definitely
Yeah.
deep down. So cool.
Well, cool. Well, thank you so much, Mark, for coming on out. If you haven't seen him yet, this is an MGM Culltag. This is going to be our official Culltag for the 2020-2021 season. MGM is one of our newest sponsors, so we want to give a big shout out. You know, the sponsors, they support our program, and what we want to do is support them the best we can. So if you need a Culltag system, MGM is the way to go. So if you're supporting them, you're also supporting the New York Bass Youth Nation, and also Tennessee and Alabama, as Mark said. So we want to give a big thanks to Mark Rocco and MGM Culltag for their support and for coming on our program tonight. Also want to remind everybody that we have a Connect Scale tournament coming up this Friday morning. It starts early Friday morning. You could register tomorrow on our Facebook page. The registration form will be up, and you'll be able to go right through there and get registered up. As you know, Rain Gallup has taken the lead again, winning our 5th. He's won 4 out of 5 tournaments. So let's get out there. Let's say there was a good charge towards him last week, but he pulled it out again with another 100-inch tournament. So want to encourage all the anglers to get out there, and also big shout out to Rain Gallup. He's out on the water about 4 or 5 days a week, just catching monsters. So hey, big shout out to Rain for gaining back the title there, and we'll see what happens this coming week. So thanks for tuning in to Livingston Live with Chris Mashagna and Mick the Stick Arndt. Okay, see you at the next episode. Bye bye.